Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to House and Garden Flipper episode 62. We're going to head into the garden today over at Raphael Erko's place and hopefully sell it off. Well, we probably won't get that much of the garden done, but we're going to give it a shot. So we've done a few of these modern gardens now, and we're just going to see if we can't get it running. It no longer looks like this. It looks a whole lot better than it did. The inside's all finished, so I won't bore you to tears by dragging you through there until just before the auction. We may not get to the auction today though. Actually, you know what? I'm wrong. It's not finished. I forgot. This kind of needs a bit more work, but everything else is done. Alrighty. I'm going to close that door. Last time, when I first started it, when I was painting, I'm just going to go with a really simple one today. When I was painting the first time, I used to miss the walls, and that would end up with me painting through a door and wrecking something I'd already done. But I did have a really slow computer that wasn't too responsive to where I was pointing the mouse, which didn't help. That, and I was a klutz when it came to driving the mouse, so it wasn't entirely the computer's fault. Alrighty. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lighten this room up. Basically because Raphael Erko would probably end up staying at the top of this list, regardless of what I do. Hopefully. Although it's a really close call with the Johnsons, so we'll see how that goes. To be honest, I don't even know why a family with a grandmother to house and 3 children, as well as 2 adults, is even looking at this place. Alright. But they are, and that's how it is. Alright, so I think I've got everything in here on the walls. The walls need to be pristine or people will get stroppy, and we can't have that. Let's get rid of that. So when I say lighten up, we're going to actually change this floor as well. We're going to change it back to the paneling. Floor, not walls. Here we go. We're going to change it back to the floor panels, the white pine, which seems to be a bit of a favourite with a lot of our clients. There we go. Now for the tricky bit. That's fixed, so it doesn't matter if I put a if I put a cupboard in front of it. So let's go with one of those fancy little cupboard things. It's a Mary, it's a showcase Mary, that's right. Grab one of these, turn it white, and buy that. Actually, I'm wondering how this would look if I did everything in cherry, because that doesn't open, so it doesn't matter what goes there. Something low in there would look good. Erko's happy. He loves cupboards, by the way, so it's just one of the things you can't really get wrong, but there's always a chance that someone will like it more. Into the floor, we're going to go for floor panels. No, we're going to go for rugs. If you're ever going to do this and you have someone with expensive tastes, actually duck down here to the bottom, to the Warsowitz, and just replicate it in here. If you want to. That will go well in this room. I don't think there's anything else that'll go any better though. So the grey rug is only grey. Okay. The magenta rug is new. I wonder when that went in. That's nice. But it probably won't suit this room with the yellow walls, so maybe we won't do that. Alright, we will go with plan A and live with it. We're going to go with the light green border and the stripes, and we're just going to dump it down. You know what? Maybe we need a cream border on that one. Let's just check this. Yep, so we're going to just dull it out a little bit. Right, so while we want our buyer to be Erko, what we really want to see is what's happening on that left-hand side of the screen where the buyers are dodging up and down. Because the more little green arrows you get down there, the more your base bids are going to be. And so I love these little pots. They're one of the few plants that can fit in pretty much every corner that you've got. Actually, I might do something I don't normally do. I'm going to stick a whole row of them along here because they'll fill that bottom space nicely and they'll look pretty. I don't know how Raphael Erko feels about plants, but he doesn't seem to object. Maybe that's too many. Yeah, it's one too many. I should have done this the other way. Alright. Okay, when I said one too many, maybe I meant four too many. That's a bit better. Okay. We can fit another picture over there, I think. And yeah, we will. We'll try and put a picture over here. Or we can fit several pictures. What I'm trying to do is just increase the bids for the base price now. So thinking that might go better. Or the other option is we do like a small chain of pictures, which might also work depending on what I can find. Ah, here we go. Alright, so we're going to actually use these ones. So if you have a look to the side, as we've put more pictures in, the Jantarts have started to climb in the rankings, and the young married couple, the Smoths, are starting to look a little happier. I need to just move everything over. It doesn't look quite right. I'm going to leave that at that. Alright, that is our entry hall, and it is all done. I think. There we go. That's not a bad grab shot there. Okay, so back out into the garden. I completely forgot I had the foyer to do. We are probably going to need to mow. We're going to need to do the front. We are doing a modern garden, so it's going to involve gravel and pavers. Yeah. Alright, let's do the front yard first. That way you're not going to be subjected to 20 minutes worth of mowing. You probably are going to be subjected to 20 minutes worth of me spreading gravel, but hopefully not. We'll see how we go. Surfaces, I'm just going to put the gravel down straight up. There's not really an option for me doing, what do you call it? Bulk gravel, so I can't spread it in a huge start. We're going to keep the house white, so maybe not with the blue tones, although that does provide contrast. Let's do that. Alright, so I'm just going to go nuts with this. Yes, I'm graveling under the hedge. I'm not sure how much it matters to the clients that we completely gravel the area, but so what we're going to try and do very quickly is get this down so we have our minimalist garden. And if I can drive in a straight line, this will happen a lot quicker. Okay. Maybe we don't need to mow after all. Look at that. Okay. I feel really bad for not mowing, however. I still love how the borders of anything actually provides a natural border. This is kind of like mowing, only with gravel. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you can just gravel over the yard like this without taking all the grass out, then it would make sense that you would need to mow it to start with. But I don't know if that would ever satisfy any mowing requirements that you might have. There we go. I'll come back to the tree in a minute. Alright, I'm sorry if you get motion sickness, this may not be helping. So I'll try and get it done as quickly as I can, and then we'll get straight into planting this area rather than just graveling the whole yard in one hit. So you can actually do a lot more with the gravel than what I'm doing at the moment. You can put little checker patterns in if you use paths as borders, and that might be fun, but I'm just going to do a very quick run through here. Alright. I think when I did the American garden, my main mistakes with the plant selection was I used tall conifers for the garden competition, and they don't like it because you're supposed to use broad spreading conifers. That one. So yeah. Alrighty. And that is almost done. Get this part here. So with the modern garden, it's low maintenance, grasses, some conifers. And we're just pretty much going to put this front yard under the occasional clump of grass, some very sparse, kind of minimalist type of planting. And we'll have them contrast with the blue gravel pretty quick. And if I don't use too much greenery, we'll probably not have too long to go with it. There we go. Alright, front yard today. And then we'll see how much time we have. I'm just going to get rid of these here, and we're going to put down something nicer. So those boards will stop. Oh wow. We'll stop that. And go back into surfaces and back into paving slabs. I might use the cobblestones, they look pretty much, and we want them to sort of maybe match the outside. Bit of contrast is always nice, let's do that. The nice thing is they will allow us to pave. They won't allow us to pave right up to the door like that, so we'll just have to cope with this. I may have to gravel that little area just in front of the doorway. The reason I'm doing it from the wall out is because if I do it the other way, there's a small chance that I won't get the pavers flush with the wall, and then I'm obs comp enough that I'm going to need to do it all again until it looks right. We could have left the grey in actually, and it would have given the path a nice little segmented look, which would have helped a bit. Now that's okay. We're going to need a 50 centimeter or 25 centimeter paving slab with cobblestone. Let's try that one, and it was the dark grey and the light. That's it. And hopefully I can just fit that. So if I do that, it won't quite. That was the mower, wasn't it? We do not wish to mow the gravel. No, thank you for your assistance. Alright. So that means I just need to patch up a couple of the spots with the stone aggregate. So we'll just grab that and pop that down here. Okay. Yeah, alright, that's as tidy as that's going to get. Oh, and I need a stone aggregate just in here because I find it disturbing that there's grass right near the door. Okay, that is all the gravelling we're going to do. I just had a thought occur to me that there are no trees in a modern garden, so I probably need to chop this one down and the other one. So, oops. Let's get that going. It's not letting me. That's a bit of a worry. Okay. Well, I'm guessing this modern garden is going to have trees in it because it's not letting me chop that one. Let's try this one. Nope, my chopping function is broken. Okay. So for some reason I have a bit of a glitch with that. It'll probably sort itself out and I'll be able to chop trees another time. Let me just go inside. And now we'll go back outside. And we'll see if it will let me do the cutting down of trees. No, it's adamant that there will be no chopping down of trees. Alright, there is one other thing I can try. Let's go back to the office. Yes, I really want my progress to be saved. That would be awesome. What we're going to do is go back to the office and then go back to the property and see if the no chopping the trees glitch has sorted itself out. Sometimes it does it between episodes, and sometimes it doesn't do it at all. So let's see what today is going to bring with this one. The thing with this game is there are so few glitches in it. Oh, well, I've encountered very few, and they're nearly always resolved very quickly. Okay, let's see if we can chop the tree down now. Yes. And sometimes it's as simple as leaving your property and then going back to the office or whatever. So you just basically leave the space that the glitch is in, and it will mend on its own. Break. Eventually it'll break, right? Here we go. E to remove the trunk. There we go. Alright, we can now chop the trees. And away we go. You know, I haven't thought to actually do it that way before, but that seems to be the quickest way to chop a tree. And we'll just patch the areas where the tree stood. All good. Okay, we're at the 18-minute mark, so we still have time to, excuse me, buy some plants. Okay, let's try that. Now I don't quite sound like I've been swallowing the gravel instead of spreading it around the yard. We go to plants and decorative grasses. Okay, we want a variety of heights with our grass. There's some really tall ones here. I might actually put a couple of these 2.5 meter ones in. Some nice looks that you can get. I actually really like the reddish look. Let's grab a couple of those. And we're going to pop one here. Actually, you know what? I like the idea of framing the window. So does the Break and Enter specialist. Now he can find the windows with ease. That's alright, we'll fix his little red wagon in a minute. Okay. Alright, that's probably a little bit formal for anybody. It does take a while to just walk to things. We're going to alternate. I've got to remember it's not a formal garden and it should be a bit more scattered than what I normally prefer. Alright, these are our tree replacements. I don't know about you, but I would be pretty cross if, you know, I couldn't help myself. It was a straight line, it had to be made. I'd be pretty cross if someone replaced my trees and grass with gravel and these tall things. It'd be kind of like having a yard full of triffids. Okay. I'm thinking if we've got really tall grass, why don't we have really short trees? So we go back into plants, we go into conifers, we're going to find some coniferous, low coniferous shrubs. Yeah, definitely low spready ones. Kind of like, actually I really like this one to be honest. And I want them to be a little bit scraggly. Although the grass is scraggly enough. Yeah, no, let's go with those. We probably don't want too many of these. Juniperus horizontalis. Give me the bush. That's it. One there. And one under the window. And one over here. One here. And one over here. Oh wait, I'm going to have to plant all of these, aren't I? Let's not get too crazy. So this is just going to be like a bit of a al fresco roam around the yard thing. Garden plants need to be planted. I know it's coming. All right, let's just very quickly, I stand in the middle, E, and dig. Actually, I forgot. I don't think this is my best modern garden. We'll see. I have forgotten what to put in the category though, and the only way to get to it is to really tell it you're entering a garden contest and then not enter the contest. And given my dipsiness this morning where I've been hitting all kinds of buttons in the wrong order, that's not a risk I'm willing to take, so I might accidentally sell the house before I'm ready. So basically what I've done is I've started streaming early in the morning so that I can get into the rest of my day without knowing that I'm going to miss streaming, and also so that there's a lot less background noise and distractions. The phone's less likely to ring and so on. And it also gives me a good straight run at the words I need to put in, which is nice. But this is not a bad way to start the day, I have to say. So they're talking about, the devs actually do listen to what the players want. And they recently had a question and answer kind of thing where they said, you know, why don't you tell us what you'd like to see when it comes to Garden Flipper? So one of the things that came up was people really want to see how the clients react to the garden. You know, I don't like where that is. Let's just move that without having it go in too straight a line. Anyway, what the people really wanted to see was that the gardens, apart from increasing the price, actually had an effect on what the buyers thought. And the devs have said that this is one of the things they're working on. So it's one of the very awesome things about this game is that the people making it really listen to the people who play it as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing which of my clients likes a modern garden and which ones like a pool and which ones have conniptions because the pool is, you know, dangerous for children or something. I think that's going to be a really good addition to the game. And I like the idea of clients who, you know, like having the lawns mowed or clients who don't like having the lawns mowed. Love this red flower on this. Look at that. So yeah, so the game is it's always growing and it's always changing. So even when you think you finished it, you'll often find that there's just that little bit extra added in that you didn't know about. I'm looking for a low kind of grass. This is actually appealing to me, so we'll buy a few hundred of. No, it's too tall. 100 of those. I need short grass. Let's try that one. I want short fluffy grass. That looks about as fluffy as it gets, doesn't it? No, that's the wrong height as well. It's too tall. I need. Let's try that. I've got a lot of yellows in the garden. I got some reds. Actually, let's bring. Yeah, let's do that one. No, see now it looks like there's little red spiders everywhere. That needs to be a bit bigger. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the devs come up with when they're doing clients and their responses to the gardens. It's just something I'm kind of eager to see. Really, I need bigger grass. I need grass in between 0.5 because I don't really like. Oh, maybe these. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, we'll go with small clusters. And I'm really looking forward to the HGTV supplement coming out. I'm just stoked to see that. That's like a whole new batch of houses. And the other thing I'm waiting on is sometimes they do a Christmas house, and they're always fun. There's always something in there that's new, and it's just good fun to work with. So lots of stuff hopefully happening in House Flipper that I'm really looking forward to playing. Alrighty, that is the front yard, and we are going to leave it. I'll just right click on it. Going to leave it there today. There's my wild and woolly garden in the background. It does look a lot better than when we first started though, which wouldn't be hard because it was pretty run down. What do you reckon? We might make that our screenshot for our cover? Yeah, probably that. Okay. Thanks for hanging with me today, guys. I will catch you tomorrow morning. You take care now.